Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have a few flurries on the Capitol camera this morning, but it's nothing like what we had yesterday at this time. And it's actually starting to die down a little bit. There had been more lake effect going from I-94 up past 96, but generally staying west of 127. That's given places like Hastings, Charlotte, Ionia, Lansing, and Marshall, just to name a few, that chance for snow this morning, whereas Ann Arbor and Adrian have had clear skies. We're going to look at our chances for some sunshine moving in as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer will be in Detroit today to share what her administration has in plan for the state's economy for her last 2 years in office. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. It's Wednesday, January 15th. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thank you so much for joining us.
6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. Governor Whitmer will deliver what she's calling her Road Ahead address at the Detroit Auto Show today.
Her office says it planned this ahead of next week's inauguration on purpose to lay out a common sense bipartisan path forward for Michigan's economy.
Whitmer says her address will lay out the top economic priorities for her administration, which include supporting Michigan's auto industry, fixing the roads, and economic development. Her office says the speech will hit hard on the fact that she has signed a record amount of bipartisan bills into law since taking office, the majority under a Republican-controlled legislature, and how it's important both sides of the aisle work together. We expect her to take the stage at 10 a.m. 6 News will be here for you with details of her speech at 6 News at noon.
Also happening today, President Joe Biden will deliver his farewell address to the nation as he prepares to leave the White House for the incoming President Donald Trump. This will mark his 5th and likely final address from the Oval Office. President Biden is expected to reflect on his time as commander-in-chief and talk about the challenges ahead. He'll speak at 8 o'clock tonight. Stay with 6 News for full coverage.
Back in Michigan, both of the state's U.S. attorneys announced that they will step down from their posts before President-elect Trump is sworn into office on Monday. Mark Totten, who serves as the U.S. attorney for Michigan's Western District, will officially resign on Monday, while Don Ison, who serves the Eastern District, will step down on Sunday. Now, it's common for U.S. attorneys to leave their posts when power shifts in the White House. Both Totten and Ison were nominated by President Joe Biden in November 2021 and were later confirmed by the Senate. Our media partners at Wood TV say this means former U.S. Attorney Andrew Burge will serve as acting U.S. Attorney for the Western District, and Julie Beck will do the job on an interim basis for the Eastern District.
DTE Energy's plan to expand a solar farm in Livingston County now receiving some pushback from people who live nearby. Opposers of the plan made that clear during a board meeting last night in Iosco Township. DTE requested 2 zoning amendments to expand its solar operation in the township by hundreds of acres. A representative from the utility company spoke to the board, citing research about the benefits of solar power development. However, most of the people who showed up are against the expansion, claiming it would be a detriment to the community's landscape, health, and value.
Positive impact on property values for homes surrounding the site.
That's a joke. That's an absolute joke.
DTE has cited solar power as a major part of its environmental stewardship and renewable energy program.
Parts of Southern California are still on fire this morning, with the blazes around Los Angeles County now leaving 25 people dead.
Many politicians, including Michigan U.S. Senator Elissa Slotkin, now are urging their colleagues to not politicize this devastating event.
FEMA has set up disaster recovery centers to help those in need, and those people are receiving $770 payments to meet immediate needs like food and housing. Well, this has led to backlash on Capitol Hill over discussions about possible conditions on federal aid to California, which U.S. Senator Slotkin explains is a dangerous game with so much at stake.
Now gotten into a situation where some people think that one party is being political with aid in California. Maybe another party is being political with aid in North Carolina. And I think that's really bad path for the country.
Well, as Charlie DeMar reports, the investigations into what caused the fatal fires are also ramping up.
Severe wind warnings remain in place in Southern California as officials stand ready to stamp out any new brush fires.
We are surging resources across this fire as necessary to respond to any hotspots.
This dramatic video could hold the key to what sparked the massive Eaton fire. CBS News confirms it was shot 3 minutes after the inferno erupted near electrical towers above Altadena. Yesterday, investigators were seen probing for evidence. Federal investigators also swarmed the site of where the larger Palisades fire is believed to have started. Officials have not commented on theories that it may have been caused when embers from this New Year's Eve fire possibly reignited.
The community deserves answers.
President Biden says it will cost tens of billions of dollars to rebuild and recover for those affected by the California wildfires. This as over 12,000 structures have been destroyed and over 24 lives lost. Search and rescue teams have moved into ravaged neighborhoods, sifting through the rubble for victims.
It's a considerable amount of structures to search, thousands. It's going to be a long process.
Rebuilding may also be a long process, especially for residents like the Cohens, one of thousands dropped by their insurance companies just months before the fires.
Hopefully, we'll find something that we can reside in temporarily while we hopefully rebuild our home.
FEMA assistance centers are now open to help survivors as they begin to move forward. Charlie DeMar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Out on our Capitol camera, the snow flurries are still out there, but it's not going to lead to any meaningful accumulation. That was yesterday, and it was very fluffy because of the temperatures that created them. We're still in the teens in mid-Michigan, with some single digits popping up for us farther to the east and on the other side of the lake to the west, where it's actually below zero in Dubuque. Because of the temperature difference and those clear skies to the west, well, that cold air is now giving us lake effect snow. There's still a little bit of it in the area this morning, but it's not as bad as yesterday, and now it's starting to kind of crumple in on itself as the winds weaken a bit. There's still a chance for snow showers, but it's going to also be an equal chance to see some sunshine today, which is going to have a jump start to our south and to our east, where that clearing's already taking place. And that's giving us a mixed forecast for Collie, who apparently had some icicles forming on her before she went back inside. We're going to have that chance again today with temperatures remaining below freezing, but it's better than what we had yesterday, as our highs will at least make it into the 20s. Now that's with that chance for sunshine, a little limited here farther towards the north, but if you're down towards I-94 south or to the east, you have a better chance, and we'll take whatever sunshine we can get.
I was going to say, yeah, you're saying there's a chance.
There is. And then Friday's the best day of the forecast because of that chance for sun, but right. You all are going to hate what comes after.
Yeah, we know now.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, wait and see.
Yeah.
Or wait and feel.
Yeah, exactly. Give it about, 10 minutes, I'll bring it in the forecast. Wish we had a full forecast.
Yeah, one of these days.
All right, Katie, thank you. Coming up, a group of swimmers gearing up to take on the Straits of Mackinac. We'll tell you why in our What's on the Web segment.
All right, your time is 6:38. Thanks for watching 6 News this morning.